Hey everyone, it is Mario Tomic here, and in this video I wanted to answer a super fun question that I got asked recently, which was, what would I do if I lost all my gains? And this is a super cool question to read, and it kind of made me think about this scene of Thanos, snapping his fingers and just lose all the gains and go back to my previous physique before I started lifting. And actually made me reflect and think back about the outcomes of this journey so far, the process and everything I went through. And I thought it would be really cool to share my thoughts here with you guys. And I mean, it would be pretty hard to first see myself going back to my skinny, fat self, losing all that I worked for in the last 8 years. I've been lifting weights. I've gone through a lot of stuff, built strength, built muscle, I mean, a lot of learning, a lot of stuff, a lot of sweat, blood, tears, everything, pretty much the whole package over the years. You learn a ton. And I don't think actually the result itself would be that big of a problem. Like, if I could retain all the knowledge that I got, I don't think it would be that hard to rebuild the thing. I'd probably be able to rebuild it in much less time if I was just going back with my current knowledge and having run my coaching company and having all the experience and all the programming knowledge and everything else. I think I'd probably nail this thing and I got back pretty quickly. But yeah, it would be pretty hard to lose the result. But I think like the most important thing you get out of this journey, at least for me, was really the side that I got to be a lot more disciplined. I was actually, kind of proving to myself over the years that I could set goals and reach goals. I really became more confident, and the ability of me just to step in front of this camera now and talk to you guys and step on stage and actually give talks to hundreds of people. I could never even imagine that before, and I just never felt really good in my body. And yeah, like that would be a bit more of like a fake it till you make it moment, I think. If I just got like a reset to my previous physique, I would still be as confident, I hope. And then you wouldn't really be able to see it on me. So that would be really interesting. And I think the most stuff that I appreciate about this journey is just the person that I become through the process. And I think the process itself is really fun and enjoyable if you kind of let loose and if you enjoy it and if you really look at the process as a whole. Because every time you think about the goals and outcomes, and you just get impatient, and if you think about the goals too much. Now of course having goals is great, and you should have goals. You should set really big goals. You should break them down into monthly, weekly, like daily, pretty much have a complete structure. But if you get too caught up in the outcome itself and how fast you're gonna get to the outcome, or when is that 10% body fat gonna come, when am I gonna hit this weight that is a 4-month goal, you're actually gonna get really frustrated and you're gonna be very impatient, which is not gonna allow you to enjoy the process. And if you just kind of do what needs to be done today and just let the process do the work and enjoy the process, you're building patience, and you're eventually going to let yourself just reach the goal if you don't get in your own way. And I think that's what I would do if I would restart the whole thing. I wouldn't be so outcome attached as I was before. I would just freak the hell out if I was not losing weight for 1 or 2 days just because, I don't know, my water retention was there or something else happened. I think I would be much more like trusting of the process because of this whole knowledge and all these references that I have right now. A couple of other things, again, with the journey, I really feel like the discipline and the grit and the persistence and just learning how success really works. Most people, when they get into this, and including myself, I thought, I'm just gonna give this a year. I thought I was just gonna give this half a year, and I'm just gonna get it done, and it's gonna be done. But then you actually realize that there's so much more, and once you kind of climb up the hill, you see like a bigger hill right afterwards. Then you see like even a bigger one when you climb up there. So when you first start out, you can't really see what's even possible. And I think now, going back, if I would hit a full reset, knowing what's possible, it would really be cool to enjoy the process and really kind of look forward and celebrate more. And I think celebrating more was something that I've never done before, and I didn't really celebrate the small wins. I was more into wait for the big goal and then celebrate. And the big goal comes, you do celebrate, but the process is so much more enjoyable if you let go and if you enjoy the moment, if you enjoy that new PR that you just got on the bench, or if you enjoy that new low weight that you just had after this week. and just have a fun time with it. I think that's a lot of times that I've got with myself, is that I was so hard on myself throughout the journey. I was judging myself too much. I was just pushing myself really, really hard, which was great. It just drives me and keeps me more motivated and sharp. But if you overdo that, it can actually make the journey a lot less enjoyable. And the whole process, you actually get more stressed out, and you fall off track a little bit more as well when you do that. So yeah, pretty cool question. I think, what would you do if you lose your gains? I think it's a very valid concern, kind of like thing to reflect back. And because that's kind of what I feel like over the years that I've just built my identity to become this guy who never misses workouts, to be this guy who's all year round with a six-pack and successful and being productive and doing all these things. So if I kind of lost some of that identity just because the result wasn't there, I'm very curious how my psyche would react to that situation. And I think attaching that identity to processes such as, like, I'm the type of guy that doesn't miss workouts is actually much more long-term thinking than attaching that identity to something like I'm the six-pack guy, or I'm the athlete guy, or I'm this and that. Because a lot of athletes actually go through this if they get injured or their career ends. Now, if their identity is too attached to the outcome and to the result, it can often be like a complete mess in their life, and they can lose themselves, and it takes years for them to regain themselves again, to rebuild themselves. So if I had one piece of advice to share with you guys here looking back, it would be really to attach the identity of who you think you are and your self-image to the process itself. So thinking of yourself as the type of person that eats healthy, as the type of person that treats his body right, as the type of person that doesn't miss workouts, and as the type of person who's contributing, adding value to the world and being productive and doing all these great things, and a type of person that is always seeking improvement, that has strong core values, strong integrity, because those things are things that are going to enable your outcomes and your success. And those things are more process driven, and you are able to control them, as the outcome itself is something you can't directly control as much, and it's unpredictable a lot of times. So that would be my piece of advice for you guys watching this video. And also I want to hear from you guys this same question, like, what would you guys do if you lost all your gains? Like, how would you approach this thing? Would it be hard for you? Would it be easy? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, make sure to like if you like this type of video. Make sure to enable notifications by when you hit subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell icon as well to get notified of the new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.